isn't going all that well for FM. There's a 10, actually that's a lie, there's a 16 CS lead for
yeah, it does.
which
like
I mean,
that.
as
Sorry
a
about that. It
support,
does sound like you cut off a little bit there, Sigala. So hopefully we'll be able to get those issues sorted fairly soon. But meanwhile, in the top lane, we do see a bit of a trade going on. I wonder whether or not nothing massive is going to be made of that. But yeah, as the Sigalus was saying, we do see a bit of a CS differential coming in that bottom lane. But that's mostly due to all the action and the pressure that's been coming out from both junglers in that lane. Meanwhile, both top lane is getting incredibly low.
Oh, Memento, he's coming into the mid lane. Zivs takes a lot of damage, but is able to get out of there. What a shockwave! Comboed with Nutri's explosive cast. That was a highlight reel play right there.
That was ridiculously impressive. We saw the clip of the ultimate coming out from Zivs. Meanwhile, Wisdom coming in for more.
Oh, he's putting down that filthy pillar, keeping Charlie T in the lane, forcing that flash out of him as well. Zivs rather, did take a lot of damage off the back of that. He's got to be careful not to stick around too long here. I'd like to see someone else maybe help him shove this wave out so he can go back.
Yeah, so that right there is one of the issues with running AP Evelynn. Now, obviously she did get thrown under a tower. We do have to take that into consideration, but she is also incredibly squishy. Zivs did a huge amount of damage onto her, considering her level, and the fact that he only really has, well, he has no real AP items. So he did that with mostly just his base stats, and obviously the assistance from Nutri. But this is one of the main problems, and this is the point that you brought up earlier. He's going to be squishy, he's going to be easy to bring down, and if he'd gone a little bit tankier, perhaps he would have been able to survive that gank. But now, impressively, the gold lead is still in the favor of Infused, just the same as last game. But now double buff onto Zivs, and with that extra gold from the kill, is probably going to mean that, yeah, he will complete his Athenes, and that's going to be bad news coming into the mid game.
yeah, that item is going to give him a lot of potential threat around something like Dragon, for example, because he has so much cooldown reduction and mana regen that in an extended pokey fight, he can just put the pressure down constantly. So I like that. Wisdom, though, he's getting caught out here trying to get some deep wards. Pillar of Filth, man, that ability is good.
Yeah, he is so good at using those Pillar of Filths, and we commented so much yesterday on his ability to use them, and today he's just getting a repeat performance. Meanwhile, Wisdom again!
Look at that, another double one. Here comes the ultimate from Shen. Stand United. There's a teleport down, though, from Alfari. Memento, he's gonna fall before the fight even really kicks off. Wisdom is staying alive, sustaining so much. And Infused, they've got to back out here. Here comes Pope. Can he find anything? Toaster with the reverser is gonna manage to get onto him. Pope trying to heal up here. Zivs, in the meanwhile, picks up Charlie T on the backside of the fight. And FM come out 3 for 1. What a good early game fight for them.
And that all started with a fantastic engage from Wisdom, absolutely no fear. Well, actually, he did back out a little bit when he got but the moment he got the ultimate from Tundra, he immediately turned his retreat into aggression and dived into the front line of Infused. We saw the teleport coming out from Alfari right into the middle of FM, and really that kind of put him in a really awkward spot. But the one most important thing that, I mean, FM got pretty lucky because Zivs,
yeah, he's got to be careful. Chilling Smite is keeping him in range for a little bit longer. We've got some backup, though, coming in the way of Tundra. He's going to pass over Ward. That's going to be the get out now signal from Memento. He just backs out of there.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the biggest problem was that unfortunately we saw a lack of synergy between Nutri and Zivs in that fight, because just as the exploding cast came out, so did the ultimate from Zivs, meaning that the ultimate didn't actually have anyone at all, so a large amount of damage was lost and somewhat unfortunate. Meanwhile, Charlie T,
yeah, that's a good Pillar of Filth in the mid lane. Toaster, he's very tanky, not really taking much damage from Charlie T early on. Arfan coming in here with Memento. Can they find anyone? The slows from Toaster are doing some serious work. Wisdom, he's still alive. He's going on to Arfan. Here comes Tundra, double kill for Toaster. And the rotations around the map are beautiful from FM.
These pillars are just incredible. He's putting them in just the right place, and I'm really interested to see the cooldown on that ability because it seems to be up all the time. It's on a 10-second cooldown, yet it feels like they're up all the time. He is just doing such a fantastic job setting up picks for his team and enabling them to counter, and this is what we were talking about. Meanwhile, Vistum again in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he looked like he got cut out a little bit, but actually just going on to Poke, there is just so much pick potential on the side of FM. They are finding kills everywhere, and it's what they need to do. FM, they want these BYOC tickets. They have smelled blood, and they are going for it.
This is fantastic coming out from FM, and this is something that we didn't really talk about. We were worried that they didn't have enough damage, but we didn't talk about their ability to get picks, and they really do have a fantastic composition, and, you know, it's because we weren't familiar with Wisdom's use of these pillars, and the fact that he sets it up so well. Meanwhile, Trundra might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it looks like they want to get some blood back on Infused. Alfari's tanking up the tower, flash over the wall. Tundra, he's out of here for now. There's the Shadow Dash. Our fan, though, ruining his day like a bull in a china shop, just completely getting on him, messing him up. Wisdom's coming around here. He doesn't have any backup, though. He's probably got to back out of here soon. Keeping our fan interested, though, with that Pillar of Filth. He's got a lot of slows. Ziv is coming in now. Can they maybe try and find a pick here? I don't know about that. With Charlie T so nearby. That was a quick 2 towers for Infused.
Yeah, definitely. While a lot of action has been going on, they've still done a very good job of making sure the lanes. Meanwhile, ultimate.
Oh, Shockwave! That's a lot of damage. Here comes another pillar. Cleanse on Ziv gets him out of that gravity field. There's a Stand United just to make sure he doesn't go down. Really solid teamwork coming out of FM. They're going to push down the mid lane a little bit.
Yeah, as I was saying before, Infused have done a great job of keeping the lanes pushed regardless of the chaotic fights that have been going on all across the map, and we can see now that Wisdom he's impressing me so much with this Trundle. He's getting so many picks, he's putting them in it. Oh, off on flash!
Oh, he's going in, and Alfari picks up Ziv almost instantly. Memento coming onto the back line, going on to Tundra. Does he have the ability to get out? It doesn't look like he was pretending he had Shadow Dash. He did not. Double kill for Poke. That's what Infused need, man. They need something like that to get back into this.
Yeah, they definitely do. They currently have the goal lead in their favor thanks to the tower advantage that they do have, and right now with the numbers advantage that they have, they're in a good position to push. Decided that that's not what they want to do, and so we're going to go back into farm mode for both teams, and definitely a nice retaliation coming from Infused. They haven't tilted. They recognize that they still need to be proactive with their decision making. They still need to be making plays around the map and doing what they can to pick up any gold that they can get, and so very impressive play from Infused, keeping a very strong mentality and making sure they're doing what they need to do in order to stay in this game. So, Dragon Timer just popped up in the top left of the screen. 1 minute 45 until that respawns, and I imagine both teams now are going to hang around and wait for that, and that will be the next major objectives that both teams start to contest.
Absolutely, and something important just happened here, guys. Muramana has just transformed for Toaster's Urgot. This next fight, he's going to have it. He's going to be doing way more damage. This is kind of like the Triforce spike you get on a Corki. It is a good opportunity for FM to really make something happen.
That is definitely the case, and what better a time to get it just as the dragon is spawning. You can see now both teams looking to contest for vision. They are putting pink wards down. They're getting what vision they can around the dragon pit to set themselves up for this next objective. And we'll see now whether or not. One other thing we need to mention is Orianna completed that Athene's Unholy Grail as well as a needlessly large rod. So I wonder whether or not she's going to head towards that Death Cap or maybe a Ludens. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Death Cap coming out next, but we will have to see what he decides to do. Another important thing to note is the upgraded trinkets coming out for both Ziviz and Tundra. It's something that's been happening more and more recently. With regards to your mid laners and top laners, rather than because generally junglers will now get Sightstone as well as the support to add even more vision control to the map. By upgrading your trinket from the mid laner and the top laner, you can basically have full vision control over the map at all times. So it's definitely a nice decision coming out from the side of FM, and I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, and talking about items, and Ziv is, oh, actually, never mind. I don't got time for that. Tundra in the top lane, massively caught out, gets his ultimate interrupted there, and he goes down. Not ideal for FM. They are going to get the Dragon, but they might lose a tier 2 tower here. I'm not sure they can afford that kind of trade.
Well, it's very debatable because right now they are very behind in towers, and I'm not sure if Zivis is going to be in a position to defend this. Flashes up for Alfari.
Oh, they're going for it, kind of. You know, they just want to be able to walk back and forth behind the tower a little bit more quickly, so they seem more threatening. But here we go. Zivis moves up a little.